All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about packaging your services and your products and some very specific ways that you can do that and make more money while you're doing it. All right, so you think about a lot of people with a service, for instance, whatever your service might be. Let's just assume you only have one option. Like you can either hire someone, like you're trying to sell pressure washing services. And so you're either hiring me or you're not hiring me. And so that would be like really there's only one option there. And what you're going to find is that if you have a product that's only one product, or if you have a service especially to where it's just there's one option they either purchase or they decide not to purchase, even when they do purchase, what they're going to do is they're going to whittle you down on price. And so it's the only thing that the client or the customer has the ability to focus on is trying to get your price down. So they'll negotiate and you're going to make less money. Now, so you really don't want to have just kind of one option. So you might go, all right, well, what do I do? Well, you need to kind of package things in a way, like if you're selling a product, sometimes it can be a lot easier where you have like products 1, 2, and 3. Services, you have to get a little bit more creative in how you package certain things around and create, I would say, 3 different bundles. You don't want to do 2 options either. There's actually something that that I saw in my lifetime. Some of you guys, you may have experienced this, but like when I was a kid, and you went to a movie theater, there were 2 sides of drinks. There was a small and there was a large. And so if you were like me, from middle class household, you almost always bought the small, right? So the small was maybe $1.50 and the large was maybe $2. And they looked at statistically across the country, only 20% of the people would purchase the large, and 80% of the people would buy the small. That's how most people think. They're wanting to be more conservative. That just wasn't the best option. And so there was a guy, I don't actually know who it was, but a person came along and they wanted to try 3 options. And this is where the Supersize gargantuan drink came from, right? So you've been to the movie theater and you've got this one drink that's just massive, all right? All of that is done on purpose. And so what they did was they introduced this new 3rd option that is huge, right? And so, and they did something also subtle. The large, they changed the name to regular. Now, their whole goal was to sell this large one? No. The goal was to sell more regulars, more larges. And so they introduced these 3 options. And it's interesting what happens with human psychology. This is the way that it shakes out and the reason it's still done this way today. Now only 20% of the people buy the small. Why? Because they want to buy the small, and they do, of course, most of the time if there's only 2 options. But if there's the Supersize, they look at the small and then they look at this thing. And this option makes this look so tiny and so small that it kind of works on their psychology. And what do? They pick the one in the middle, which is what they were trying to do in the first place, right? So packaging things in 3s becomes really important. More so than that, another lesson that they learn, you can't always package in 3s, by the way. But if you can, to a certain extent, you want to try, because there's a lot of magic that happens in that 1, 2, and 3 options. Now, here's another interesting thing. 20% of the people buy the small, 60% buy the regular, and 20% buy the big one. So you actually end up making a ton more money as an organization, or in this case as a movie theater, by having 3 options. So what does this look like for your business? Or if you have a service, you want to try to break it up into 3 different things. Well, you might go, well, I have a dog walking business. I can't do it in 3. Yes, you can. You can just be more creative. All right, so what else can you do with that dog? Can there be a party? Can you take pictures of it? Can other dogs be there? What you want to create this 3rd option that is, throw everything in there. And why are you trying to create this? Because you're going to sell it? No. You're trying to sell your regular service. And so what you might do is have a smaller service, your regular service, and then a Supersize. So you go, well, what might a small be? A small might be just giving somebody, may even be for free, maybe a very low cost. I'll walk your dog one time and you take pictures of, the dog having a good time and you show it to the person. You just did that for free. That's there's a philosophy about like getting people to try chocolates. Just imagine if I was trying to get you to try chocolates. I go, these chocolates are great. And I would explain to you all the different textures and everything. That's not the best way to sell you a piece of chocolate. The best way is to say, here, try one of these pieces of chocolate. That's the easiest way. And people go, well, that costs money. Well, yeah, but not nearly as much money as you think, because you're actually spending money anyway on things. But the whole concept here is to take your products and services and you're wanting to package this. You do not want just one option. Hire me or don't hire me. You do not want that. You want some different ways that they can engage you as an organization. And so if you can find yourself with 3 different product offerings, you're going to find that there's a little bit of special nature to that you can be pretty successful. Hope this was helpful. And make sure, as always, that you guys subscribe when I have a chance. Who knows? Pretty day like today, I'm on the back deck just recording a little bit. And so if you're subscribed, you're going to know when that stuff comes out immediately. Comments help me. They help me understand where you guys are at mentally. What's going on between your ears is going to be 90+% of your success. And don't be selfish. Make sure to like the video. If it's helpful to you, it'll be helpful to other people. Talk to you soon. Thanks.